Jesus subjecting himself to the Father, does that mean he cannot be God and equal to the Father in essence, in glory, in majesty, and power? Okay, notice. The Son also himself will be subject unto him that put all things under him. Okay. Okay, now notice. The argument of the anti-Trinitarian is, see, the Son will be subject to the Father forever. Therefore, he's not equal to the Father. Okay. What they mean, not equal to the Father, pay attention. Here's what they mean. Not equal to the Father in essence, in glory, in power, and majesty. Because right away, if you guys have trained yourselves to think biblically and logically, and the Holy Spirit has molded your minds and transformed you to think God's thoughts after God, right away you see the fallacy of this. Just because someone is subject to another does not mean that that individual who's subject is not equal to the other in some sense. For example, 1611 is subject to his father. Does that mean 1611 is less human than his father? That he doesn't have the same human value, human dignity, human worth, and human honor that his father has because he's subject to his father? Yep. Or your employer. You are subject to your employer. You are subject to your employer. But he's human, you're human. Does that mean because my employer is my head and I'm subject to him, that makes me less human than him? That I am inferior in value, in worth, in dignity, and honor? So right away you spot the fallacy. This is what we call a categorical fallacy, confusing categories. Categorical fallacy, confusing categories. The category of essence and being and the category of authority, right? So let me show you where this word and the Greek word is used elsewhere. 1 Corinthians 15:28, the word subject comes from the Greek word hupotasso. Hupotasso, okay? 1 Corinthians 15:28 uses the Greek word hupotasso. This very Greek word is used in Luke 2:51. Luke chapter 2, verse 51. Exactly, Andrew Martin. You got it. 1 Corinthians 15:28 uses the word hupotasso, subject. This same Greek word used of Jesus subjecting himself to Mary and Joseph. Here it is, Luke 2:51. And he, the 12-year-old Jesus, because the context shows he was 12, and he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. The Son will be subject to the Father, and Jesus was subject to Joseph and Mary on earth. But his mother kept all these things saying in his heart. Now, which anti-Trinitarian, which Unitarian heretic, which Jehovah Witness heretic would say that Jesus, the 12-year-old human child, was inferior in essence, in nature, in value, in esteem to his parents, his adoptive father and biological mother, just because he was subject to them? I don't know why you're craving gyros now. Because I said Greek? Did you guys catch it? It's the same Greek word. Luke 2:51, 1 Corinthians 15:28, employ the same Greek word. The child, the 12-year-old human Jesus, became subject to Mary and Joseph. Therefore, using the hermeneutic of Jehovah's Witnesses, Unitarians, and other wicked heretics, agents of the devil, Jesus wasn't truly human, and he was inferior in essence, in value, in esteem, in dignity, and honor to his human parents because he was subject to them. So right there, I can end the discussion. I can stop there and say, okay, so what? The Son is subject to the Father. How does this show that Jesus is not God and equal to the Father in another sense. Just like Jesus is subject to his human parents, so in one sense, he's less than them in authority. In another sense, he's just as much human as they are. So as a human being, he has just as much self-worth, value, dignity, esteem, and integrity that they do. Right? Clear? And by the way, remind me to keep posting the articles. Here's my articles on this issue. I have 2 articles that I want you to read. Lord willing, when I'm done, I'm going to put in the description box. Here's the first article. I'm going to post it 3 times. Click and save the article. It's all about 1 Corinthians 15:28. And here's the other article. Now, remind me to keep posting these because I should have posted them at the beginning. Okay, now here's the second article. I'm going to post this 3 times as well. Click, save, study, use the arguments, pass them on to others. Okay, now, right there, you've refuted the objection. Jesus is subject to the Father as a son is subject to a father, but Jesus is still equal to his Father in essence, in nature, in value, in glory, and honor. He's subject to the authority of the Father without being inferior to the Father in essence, like he's subject to Joseph and Mary in authority, but equal to them in essence, in nature, in value, in glory, in dignity.